I remember when I first got my Nintendo DS Lite as a birthday from my older brother back on 2011. It's funny, I remember very clearly that it was 3 days after my birthday and initially my mom bought me, and hear this, not a Wii, but a Wii Wii. The first day I got it, I was excited because it was a new and shiny thing, but honestly, by day 3 I was already over it. I'm sorry man, but at that point of my life, I had played those games over and over and over again. I knew from emulators that games can be so much more, so by age 10 it was just not enough for me. Thankfully, my older brother is the GOAT, and he bought me a Nintendo DS Lite with an R4 with tons of games. It's funny looking back, 2011 is when the 3DS just released, and I was just starting with the DS, but at the time I didn't know. I wasn't so into the Nintendo news as I am nowadays, and having that R4 was so surreal. Nowadays, before I buy a game, I make sure to research the hell out of that game, so sadly, by the time I get the game, there are little to no surprises for me, but that R4 had thousands of games, plus me having no idea of the internet, it was a perfect combination for me to find hidden gems all the time. For example, Pokemon Diamond. This was my very first Pokemon game ever. I remember that one day, before going to work, my brother finished the setup of the emulator. He pressed start and he said, "I have to go, enjoy." I didn't understand what was happening, but just seeing the intro was enough to blow me away. I managed to start the game. I remember that after entering my name, Professor Server was like, "Michael? That's a good name." And I was really flattered, but years later I knew that he said that to everyone and it made me feel dirty. Early in the game, Barry asks you to go to the lake, and oh my god! I'll never forget the first time that I entered the lake of Sinnoh, man. I always liked how you get your starter Pokemon too. On Pokemon Emerald, the professor is getting attacked by a Pokemon and you have to save him, but this time you are the one getting attacked and you have to choose one for you. I was, and I still am, a big fan of the Pokemon anime from that time, which was, well, Ash's journey on the Sinnoh region, and with that in mind, I chose Chimchar. If you know, you know. There's a lot more that I can say about this game, so if you're interested in hearing me talk about it in another video, please let me know. Same for the other games from this list, of course. Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Winter Games. As you have seen so far, my older brother was a big reason as to why, how I was able to get into video games in the first place. Just like before, he downloaded this game for me, and when I started the emulator, I heard and I lost my shit, bro. What do you mean that Mario and Sonic are in a game together? Why aren't more people talking about this? Before I continue, I do want to mention a fond memory that I have, and that's how at the time of playing these games, the family computer wasn't very good, to be honest. Let's just say that it was very humble, so the games will usually run at like 10 FPS and the sound will get all messy and broken because of it. But I didn't care, man. I was just happy to be there. I actually made a video talking about the game, but in summary, the main reason as to why that game is one of the best Nintendo DS games ever is because it's story mode. That's right, a fully fledged story mode where you can control Mario and Sonic in a 3D environment. You can meet partners and enemies from both series, and it's as awesome as it sounds. I always hoped for something similar in the next entries, but it never happened, meaning that we peaked early on the 2010 with this franchise. This time I was able to play the game smoothly, no worries, and god damn this game is good. In the first 5 minutes of the game, we get an anime cutscene on the Nintendo DS. I was always, and I still am, flabbergasted at this decision. Mega Man CX, one of the games that show me that video games can truly be something way bigger than we imagine. Fun fact, I still have the OST of this game in my rotation, even after more than a decade. Don't misunderstand me, the game has issues. I mean, just look at this map, I mean, what the fuck? But, even so, I still recommend the game. Even if you don't know anything about Mega Man, I'm sure you'll have a good time.
Here we go!
Okay, come on. This one is a classic. Do I even have to say anything? I know that there's a lot of discussion about which Mario Kart is the best, but I have to be honest guys, I'm one of those that believe that DS is the definitive edition. The tracks feel great, the OST is awesome, I love drifting in the DS, especially because there's a mission where you have to drift a lot and it was very hard for me, but as soon as I understood how to drift, oh boy, it was over for everyone else. And hey, we have missions. It's been more than 10 years and Nintendo still hasn't brought them back. And yes, I know that on Mario Kart World we have the P switches, but I don't know man, they don't feel the same. It really feels like a quantity over quality type of thing in that aspect. And the end credits for Mario Kart DS always make me emotional. Same with the end credits for Pokemon Diamond. These are songs that really remind me how those young and carefree times are gone. I mean damn, just look at the banner of my channel. I'm trying to escape my call center job with the help of YouTube. When I was a kid, I didn't have to think about these things. Shit, I didn't have to think at all for that matter. And for the final game of this list, Sonic Colors. It's funny, remember the R4 that I mentioned at the beginning? It had Sonic Colors, but the ROM was corrupted, so I wasn't able to play it until much later, when I was able to understand how to use the internet and download the games by myself. Just like Mega Man CX, Sonic Colors has cutscenes, 3D cutscenes on top of that, the same ones from the Wii version. I love how the OST has this orchestra feeling around it, and I don't know if this is an unpopular opinion, but I much prefer the DS version of Sonic Colors over the Wii version. Sorry, the remastered on the Switch left me with a bad taste. But yeah, that will be all for now. This is just the tip of the iceberg. If you'd like to hear me talk about more video games and in more depth and help me escape my call center job, then please go ahead and leave a like, comment and subscribe. It helps me like you guys have no idea. Please have yourselves a damn good one.